Remember why you started. Remember where you're headed. Think of how great it will be to get there and to keep going. Ralph Marston. Life has a way of pulling us forward so fast, we even forget the beginning. We chase the next milestone, the next breakthrough, the next win, until one day we look up and realize we're disconnected from the very story that built us. But if you want to stay grounded in purpose, if you want to keep moving forward with wisdom and humility, you must remember where you started. Not to stay there, not to romanticize the struggle, but to honor the journey that shaped you. To remember the soil you were planted in, so you never take your harvest for granted. When things were hard, you didn't give up. You pushed, you endured. You prayed through tears. You fought in silence. You found strength when strength should have run out. You started with nothing but a vision, a feeling in your spirit that said, I'm made for more. No roadmap, no applause, just grit, God, and a little bit of hope. And that beginning, that quiet, often lonely beginning is sacred. It's where your character was formed. It's where your faith was tested. It's where your roots grew deep. You didn't start with favor. You started with fire. Fire that burned off the excuses. Fire that refined your identity. Fire that turned pain into power. And now that you're here, building, growing, becoming, don't lose touch with that fire. Don't get so comfortable that you forget how far you've come. Remember the nights you couldn't sleep, the mornings you didn't want to wake up, the moments you questioned if it was all worth it. Remember the conversations that broke you, the people who left, the systems that failed you, the days you wanted to quit but didn't. That's your foundation. That's your reminder that you are not weak. You are not lucky. You are resilient. When doubt creeps in now, remind yourself who made it through the wilderness. When imposter syndrome knocks, remind yourself who survived the storm. Remember, when you were praying for things you have now, you called them normal. Remember when this version of you felt impossible, and yet here you are, still standing, still growing, still becoming. That's why remembering where you started is powerful. It keeps you grounded in gratitude and anchored in truth. It reminds you that progress isn't just about elevation, it's about transformation. You started confused, but now you move with clarity. You started scared, but now you lead with courage. You started broken, but now you build from wholeness. You didn't start where you are now, you grew into it. And that growth was sacred, earned, tested. So when the pressure comes, when the challenges hit, don't forget what you've already survived. You fought too hard to fold now. And you didn't just survive, you learned. You gained wisdom. You gained discernment. You gained authority. Your beginning taught you to trust God before the platform, to depend on grace before the gifts. It taught you to walk by faith, not by followers, to lead without needing to be seen. Because back then, it wasn't about being noticed, it was about being ready. And now you're not just ready, you're chosen. You don't owe your success to anyone but God and the version of you who refused to quit. So when the temptation comes to water yourself down, to play small, to settle, go back to the start. Remember how hard it was to believe in yourself. Remember how much faith it took to start anyway. Remember the small wins, the private victories, the moments no one clapped for you, but you kept showing up. That was preparation. That was divine training. That was your roots growing deep. Because fruit without roots will always rot. But you're rooted. You're anchored. You're covered. And now that the world is watching, stay humble, stay focused, stay connected to the beginning. Let it keep your motives pure. Let it remind you that success is stewardship, not status. Let it silence the noise, because when you know where you started, you're not easily shaken. You're not impressed by titles. You're not moved by hype. You're not looking for validation. You've already been validated by your survival. The beginning made you hungry. The journey made you wise. And the destination, it's just the next assignment. Because purpose doesn't stop once you arrive. It evolves. And the best way to honor where you're going is to remember where you began. That's where the oil was pressed. That's where the calling was forged. That's where the flight became personal. So hold that memory close. Not in shame, but in strength. Your start is not a scar, it's a sign of your becoming. And when you pour into others, when you lead, when you build, when you create, do it from the heart of someone who remembers. Because people don't need perfection. They need proof. In your life, your growth, your strength, it's all the proof they need. So stand tall. Stay grounded. Shine bright. But always, always remember where you started. You've got this. Peace and blessings. Dr. O.